This is just a quick overview on how to do a collaborative group assignment in Canvas. So let's say I want to have my students do a collaborative essay, and they're going to be working in groups of, let's say, 3 to 4, and they're going to turn in the assignment as a group, and I'm going to assess them as a group. So what you can do first is add the assignment. So go over to Canvas, click the Add the Assignment button. I'm going to put this in the assignment category. You can give it a name. Let's call this Group Assignment. Collaborative Essay. I'm not going to put a due date on it. Just put 10 points. I want to go to More Options. You would put your assignment description here. Scrolling down, you would want to show the advanced options. The grading type is going to be points. I'm going to have this be an online submission. I'm going to allow a website URL, and I'm also going to allow file uploads. And then right here, you're going to see, if you click on this is a group assignment, you're going to see some group options come up. Now, you can have several different group sets in Canvas. I've already made one in this course called Self-Sign-Up. Your first time out with groups, you might not want to do self-sign-up. So I'm going to just go ahead and make a new group category right here on the spot. I'll call these collaborative groups. And I'm going to not allow self-sign-up. You can if you'd like. That creates more steps for the students. You can have Canvas automatically split the groups into equal groups, but for this case I'm just going to create the groups manually. So I'm going to create the category, and they're going to come from collaborative groups, and then pretty much my assignment is done. Alright, so there's the assignment. Now, what I've found is that when my groups are working on the project in class, I give all my group members kind of a role, and so I would have their secretary come up to my desk, and then basically I would just do this. So I would go to people in my class, and notice I have a few people. It's not a normal class. These are all fake students from Ferris Bueller's Day Off, by the way. You would click over here on View User Groups, and there's the collaborative group set that I made. And I have a set, and here's all the people in my class, but I haven't made any groups. So what I would do is call the first student up, first student secretary up, and I would walk them through this process. I'd say, okay, here's what you need to do. Actually, I'd sit them down, watch them do this. You need to create a group. You can give it a name. Okay, so we're going to call this one the Cool Kiddos. Hit save, and then I want you to basically drag your group members over to your group. So you've got Ferris and Cameron in your group, and that's it. okay, I'm going to call up the next group secretary, and I want you to show the next group secretary how to put her group or his group members in there, just like I showed you. And basically, in a class of about 39 students, this takes less than 3 or 4 minutes to do. And the advantage of doing it this way, especially the first time you do groups, is that all the groups are created in 3 or 4 minutes. You don't have to wait for the students to self-sign up on their own. And I found that it's just probably the easiest entry into the groups. If you don't mind the random groups, that's another way you can do it. But I like to do it this way. And then as you get a little bit more experience with this, you can do self sign-up groups. Self sign-up groups basically, on that, you as a teacher will create the group names, and then a student will go to the groups page and sign up for a particular group in the people section. So if you're going to log in as a student, I'll show that to you real quick. So now I'm logged in over into the same course as a student. You won't see this in the test student view, so it's a little confusing. So I'm actually logged in as Ferris Bueller. So if I were to go to the people page and then click on View User Groups, there's the cool kiddos that the group that I was just assigned to. And here's some available groups for me. These are my self-sign-up groups that I've made. And you can see Cameron's in this group. Well, I'm already in a group with Cameron over here, so let's say I wanted to join that group. I can click Join this group, and that's a self-sign-up group. And another way that they would be able to sign up for groups themselves. So now let's get to work. It's time to get collaborating. So I am still logged in as Ferris Bueller, and it's time for me to work with my group. Now notice over on the right you've got course groups. I'm in Museum and Cool Kiddos. Cool Kiddos was my group that I'm going to use for collaboration. So I can click on Cool Kiddos right there, or I can go up to Course Groups and select Cool Kiddos right there. So when I do that, I'm kind of like in a mini Canvas course. It doesn't have assignments or grades, but it does have announcements, pages, people, discussion, full discussion forum, files that the group can share, conferences, and collaborations. So if I was going to do a collaborative essay, the best tool to, in my opinion, to do that in would be Google Doc. So I would go over to collaborations and have your group leader do this. Doesn't really matter who does it, but you can go over to collaborations. And then I would start a new collaboration, make it a Google Doc. You can also try Etherpad. Document name. So here's our collaborative essay. They can write a description. Okay. And then I'm going to collaborate with, notice Cameron Fry is also in my group, so basically you'll see everybody in your group right here. So basically I'm going to add him, and then if there's other people, I would add them as well. I'd hit start collaborating. From there, it's going to basically take you to Google, and you would sign in. And there we have it. Here's your collaborative essay, Google Doc. And you can notice if you click on share, it's already shared with Cameron, and there's Ferris, and they can basically all edit it. Now, when it comes time to hand this in Canvas, what they can do is two things. They can hand it in through their Google Drive, or they can hand it in through the URL. So if I go back to the share right here, just in case, I could change, I believe the instructor has access to this, but just in case, you can say, anyone with a link can view it, hit save, copy that URL, and then you can turn it in. So I'm going to go back over here to my sandbox course, and I'm going to go to my assignments, and here's the assignment. And then basically I just go ahead and submit it. And notice it says, hey, keep in mind this submission will count for everyone in your collaborative group. Okay. So it only needs to be submitted by one person in the group, and then when you assess that and give it a grade, the grade will go to all of them. And even in your gradebook in Canvas, if you change it in the spreadsheet view in the gradebook and it's a group graded assignment, it'll change all the people's grades scores in the gradebook automatically as soon as you change one. So I can use the Google Doc submission right here and do it that way. Or if you want to keep the Google-ness of it, you can go like that. And you can certainly instruct the students to change that document so that it basically has rights for you as a teacher. So let's just go ahead and submit it this way, because I like doing it this way. And you can send comments to the whole group or not. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to submit the assignment. Now I'm going to go back over into the teacher view, and I'm going to show you how this assignment looks. So we go back over into the teacher view. Here's the group assignment right here. We go into SpeedGrader, and there it is. So I'm going to click on this. Okay. And then I have an anonymous crow and an anonymous rhino in there. And Ferris Bueller. And there is their essay. I would be able to see their essay. You would not be able to edit it, but could have Ferris tell your students basically that you want them to make that document so that you can edit it. So if we go back over to the Cool Kiddos group as Ferris, and we look at the collaboration here, right here just by clicking on it, we get back into that view right here. We just changed the share option, so you just basically, in your assignment instructions, you can just say, change this to anyone can comment or edit. I prefer edit, so anyone with a link can edit. Hit save. You're done. And then you go back over here and we'll refresh it. And now we're in here where we can type in the document and do everything that they would do, and then you can also double click on it and then insert comments, and you can use this as a feedback interface, as well as you can add a rubric and add comments over here, or media comments over here. So having the Google Doc submitted this way is the best of both worlds. And then from a teacher's perspective, if you want to assess what's going on in terms of collaboration, if the students were all at one computer, this wouldn't work. But if they were all on, let's say they had their own device, their own Chromebook, whatever, you can go up to File and then Show Revision History, and you can see really detailed revisions, and you can see who did what, who typed what. So Chris Long, I did that, that's DDD. Ferris Bueller's green, he didn't do anything. And you can see who did what in the group document. So that may be of value as well. So hopefully this gives you an idea, at least one idea, of how to use assignment groups in Canvas, and then also Google Docs and adding the power of that by URL submission. I can certainly go over different examples if you'd like. Just let me know. Thanks.